So 7 months ago, I just give you a backstory. This ticket, this KB here, Nexant Commission processing. So this is 17 steps, which I converted to 17 manual steps, converted to point and click to here. So I've been using this for 7 months. So I have I have panels here that I can just click and then produce reports. So now I want to take it further, like instead of going here and then clicking the reports one by one, I'd like to have an agent that will call the functions behind this. So the solution is, well, it's my PowerPoint here. Solution is like this UI, which is Streamlit, this one. And that would, and there are other channel too. We can have a CLI call or Flash API, and then it will call the function from Python, and then it will produce report. Simple as that. So this is now the proposed UI for Streamlit. So, but instead of paid API, I'm using just local one. Specifically the local models with reasoning or tool usage capability. So in this framework, I'm using Crew AI, which is this is an open source, and then because and then Olama, which is a free local LLM. So I can use it as much as I want without any cost. So now we can just query who are you, and then it will respond. It will be responding how can you use the tool, what are the tools available, and then when I run. So when you responded to these examples, for example, you have already read this, and then you figure out, oh, okay, I need the parameters. So you can have an English-like command or chat request, run all report, use build period, and save it to Excel, something like that. And then it will run. So I pre-run the report to save time. And for the report will be something like this. No, not that one. This one is a calculation of costs. So we will get that later. So this is the outcome or the report produced by that reporting tool. So that, where is it? Here. So basically it's an agent. If I show the execution traces, so if I call using the chat, it will assemble a crew. And in this example, because I'm just asking question, it is not calling a report. It's just preparing the answer. And the agent is the reporting analyst. So if I run all the reports, there will be, for example, here, this all reports here. The crew is, the agent will be the report analyst and the senior analyst. Senior analyst will validate whatever the report analyst did. So, and then it's the validation here. And then the LLM will interpret the summary and will give something like comment on that report, for example, here. Okay, after the report, it will give you an artifact and then a quick summary, like a comment on that. Difference is 0, and then samples of that. And then it will be, for example, this is the output of the report that I created. So why I'm using local LLM? Because, for example, in Pathom, right? So whenever we ask question or ask something from Pathom, it will return. It will cost something small. Like for example, I gave the request and then it responded. It composed of 13 tokens, just 13 tokens, right? Output is 48 tokens. So if you count this word, that's approximately 48, including the period and the comma. So it costs 5 cents approximately, right? So 5 cents, but it will. So for example, in a company that have, let's say 20 employees that are using, or maybe agents, and keep running in a day. So it accumulated, for example, 5 million tokens, right? And then the output is approximately 3 times of the input. That would be 15 million, right? So a day, company will pay 475. And then per month, that's 14,000 for GPT-5. And per year is 14,000. So, not per month. Per year is 173, including this is 4.8 Opus, that's 146,000 per year. So, but in a Olama, it costs nothing. But this one's, of course, there's some limitations. It's not as intelligent as paid one, frontier models.
First, I just want to follow up on the last thing you just mentioned there, not being as powerful as paid or subscription models. When you've been using this locally, I think you said you've been using it for a couple months, right? Have you run into scenarios where it struggles? If you were doing a comparative side by side with ChatGPT or one of the Fathom models.
Oh no! This one is a pilot. It's not. I'm still using this, but this one I'm trying to port the functionality of report manager to agent style. So it's basically few weeks old. So,
I see.
Yeah. So as per your question, so this one is I'm using this LLM, local LLM, because it's capable of tool calling and minimal reasoning, right? So it does the job, but it cannot be comparable to like the paid ones. So for example, the Opus 5.5, these can do really anything, right? But for Olama, it has a limited scope of what it can do. But for this purpose, it's good enough. So for example, if you are using Gemini 4 for coding, so when you're producing codes, of course, the paid one will be better at creating codes rather than the Gemini. For basic one, for example, scripting, this is good enough. For the big application, probably not. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely nice. I mean, certainly a great cost-effective alternative.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, that would be it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Quick question for you. Sorry,
sure.
I missed it. How taxing is this on your computer, right? I mean, it's obviously loading the model into memory and whatnot. Is it using 80% of your RAM? Like how taxing is it?
Still responsive. For example, if I run, okay, where is it? So it's running, right? So it's still responsive. There's no harm. But although I noticed that when I touch the laptop, it's a little bit warmer.
Yeah, could you pull up Task Manager? I am curious. So this is.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
this
sure.
Is definitely cheaper than anything we're doing. I mean, we're renting compute space or whatever when we're running one of these.
Yeah. So
service,
if
right?
you're doing like a pilot project, probably this model is good enough, rather than.
But I don't even see where it's necessarily running at. I mean, it's barely affecting.
Yeah, GPU. Yeah.
The GPU. Yeah. So I mean, I would call that. I wouldn't. I mean, I guess it's going to make your computer use slightly more electricity, but you're talking about like cents over the year compared to cents per transaction potentially. So this is great.
Here.
Yeah. Are you clicking on one of each of these individually?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're trying to automate this so that you could put this in some kind of web page and have an analyst just come in here, click the button, it would automatically do all the 17 steps automatically. Is that what the goal is?
Yeah, basically yes, but this one that can do by this one. All the reports will be combined using this click here, and this is the individual one. But my goal is to have chat or agent style, right? So that even not expert on the commission report can do this. Like they will just ask and then ask question and then read the suggestion and then run it.
Well, I like the idea that you're putting some productive time into automating this because it's very, and this isn't a criticism, but Bill, who's not with us now, used to do this step by step. And what would it take, Leo? Over an hour probably to do all steps?
Yeah, and also in the past months, Tim, after I submitted the final report, after a few minutes or few hours, he will request to redo it because he made a mistake on the rates. And that is, if I'm doing that manually, that would be tedious, right? So right now I can just, I will just redo it.
Okay. Very good.
Okay, thank you.